Hey there. So it's Kathy with Be Creative with Kathy, and today's video it's all about February's card club kit. But first, there are so many things going on with Stampin' Up that I want to show you some of all the sales, all the promotions, and then I have a couple promotions of my own that I'm going to show you too. So right now it's celebration time with Stampin' Up, and I like to call that a rewards promotion, because for every $50 that you spend with Stampin' Up, the Stampin' Up gives you a free gift. And now in the Stampin' Up brochure, you can see all of those items. But let me just show you, I think it's easier this way, and explain them. So there's designer series paper. There's a 6x6 pack called Ombre something. Oh So Ombre, sorry, Oh So Ombre. So you have designer series paper. And then you have this designer series paper. Now this designer paper is called the Flower and Fields, and this one coordinates with the February paper pumpkin. So if you're getting paper pumpkin, you can get this coordinates with the February kit. If you're not getting paper pumpkin, you can order a 3-month subscription of the paper pumpkin and get the paper for free or something like that. But then there's also this paper. This is called Paper Blooms. Look how pretty that is. And now this coordinates, let me see, I wrote it in my little book here as to what page 45 of the mini catalog. So this paper coordinates with this bundle in the mini catalog. So there's 3 designer series papers. Wait, sorry, let me get organized here again. That are part of the rewards for celebration for the $50. And then you have stamp sets. So you have the Corner Bouquet, the Heal Your Heart, the Approaching Perfection, one of my favorites, Darling Donkeys. Oh wait, maybe I have more than one favorite. And these are all for $50. You spend $50, Stampin' Up rewards you with a free product of one of these. But then if you spend $100, Stampin' Up has rewards for that too, and that's for every $50 you spend, you get a reward. But then with $100, they have, let's do the stamp set first. This stamp set, which is beautiful, look, it has the 2-step hummingbird, leaves, flowers, butterfly, plus really pretty font and words on there. That's if you place a $100 order. And also another $100 order bundle reward, $100 sale reward is this bundle, which is the Strawberries designer series paper and the stamp set that match. And now these coordinate with the Strawberry and Punch. Let me see if I can find it in here. Here it is right here. So this coordinates with this bundle here, which is a punch bundle. So there's lots of fun stuff in the celebration catalog, but it doesn't just reward you for your orders. Celebration rewards you for, let me get to it here real quick, for hosting. So if you have a few friends that would want to have a party, you call me, I'll create a hostess code. They attach their orders to the hostess code, and then you could get your orders up to $300, and then you get this free stamp set that coordinates with some of our punches. It's a nice stamp set, pretty large, it's photopolymer, but that's a nice stamp set, plus all the other hostess benefits on top of that, which are 10% free products if your order gets up to 150 and 300, and it goes on and on. You can check that out on page 17 of the celebration brochure. And then the best deal is, if you're going to place a $100 order or more, you might as well just buy Stampin' Up starter kit or join Stampin' Up. When you join Stampin' Up, it's $99 plus tax, free shipping. You get $125 of your choice of product. You get all the business supplies. They throw in a paper pumpkin kit. And during celebrations, so the end of February, when you join, they're going to give you 5 packs of designer series paper. Now this, for instance, this is the Regal's designer series paper. And you'll get one of each color family that's going to be featured in the upcoming catalog new in May. So that's the special. So you get 5 of those all the color families, the regals, the brights, the subtles, and the neutrals, and the color, the in color that is carrying over. So that's all of Stampin' Up's celebration rewards right now. So let me tell you about my rewards. Now, if you place an order in February, before February 25th, because I'm going to announce the winners February 26th on my Facebook Live right here, I'll put your name in for a drawing, and I have 2 stamp sets here, so the first person to contact me after the drawing gets their choice, and the second place will get the other stamp set. So I'll put you in that drawing. Also in February, when you place an order, I'm going to give you a make and take or a card kit, and I have the link to my make and take video. Well, it'll be on my YouTube down below. On Facebook, I don't know how I can get it below, but you could go to my YouTube channel, Be Creative with Kathy, all my videos there, and you can find the video of how to make the make and take. It's very simple. I supply all the paper and the ribbon. You just have to find a stamp set that you like and some ink. There you go. So that's my specials. Now let me show you the feature of the class. Is all about let me find here the ice cream, sweet ice cream bundle. So this is the bundle that we used in January. We're going to use it again in February. Looks like this, right? Some other products you'll need to make your cards is you'll need something to clean your cards. Now look at how terrible my chamois is. You could use your chamois, which I keep in a clear case like that, or you could of course use your Stampin' Scrub like this, but you need something to clean your stamps. You'll need ink, so you'll need, and if you don't have these exact colors, something close would work just as well, but you will need soft suede, pool party, calypso coral, blackberry bliss, daffodil delight, and then memento black. Okay, along with your inks, you'll need a few other supplies. So I suggest that you have on hand, since it's a photopolymer stamp, you have your Stampin' Pierce mat. Maybe that looks, mine's totally dirty and loved and used, but you'll need a Stampin' Pierce mat. You'll need adhesives. I suggest Stampin' Seal and liquid glue. However, you could use tear and tape if you're not a fan of the liquid glue. You might need some dimensionals. You'll definitely need something to cut your ribbon, and then some paper snips too. And then of course I always suggest a take your pick tool, and you'll need the blocks to mount your stamps on. Okay, I think that's everything. Oh, and then when I make the cards here real quick, I'll show you too that you might need, because you might need some Versamark ink, some white embossing powder, and your heat tool. Strike, I just knocked everything over. And your heat tool for your embossing. Now that'll be your choice. I'll show you that when I make the cards. Okay. So if you place a $35 order using this host code, now this host code is special just for this class, before February 25th, I will send you the card kit. Now, Card Club consists of 3 cards, 2 you make yourself, and 1 I always send to you. This month, this is the one I'm sending to you. It looks like this. I think it's a really cute card. Thank you. You melt my heart. That's the 3rd card. And let me show you what the 2 cards are that we're making this month. So we're going to make the front, I think it's called a front easel card. Looks like this. It stands up on your recipient's desk or table or whatever when they get it. Looks like this. Let me show you real quick what I was talking about with the Versamark ink. So I don't have a greeting on the front of mine, but you could add a greeting by just stamping, and this is what I call kidnappers fussy cutting, where you just cut the words out like that. You could do it like that, or you could fussy cut the words on white like this and put your happy birthday on your card. Or last, and my favorite, you can emboss, white emboss, heat emboss on Blackberry Bliss paper, and you can put your happy birthday like that. Now the fussy cutting of the words is a big trend right now with card making, and I think that's my favorite like that. But that's just it. Like I said, if you want to use the Versamark and the white emboss powder, that's what you would use it for. But let's go ahead and start with this card. Oh, I didn't show you the other card. Let me show you the other card. The other card looks like this. Is that not adorable? And it pops up and it has the happy birthday with sprinkles on top and hope it's sweet. And so we'll make that one next. So let's go ahead and go back to our purple card and I'll show you how we made it. So this is what your kit would look like. Your kit will have all the embellishments, the ribbon, and the cardstock. Like I said, you'll have to supply the ink, stamps, and a few other supplies like I showed you. But I'm going to take out just this side, save this for the next card. And let's dive right in. Here's all the little pieces out of your card. So if you want to make the card, but you're not interested in Card Club, that's fine. You can go to my blog, Be Creative with Kathy, and all my measurements will be there for you. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our card front right here, and we're going to fold this in half back to the center like this. And then fold that down like that. So now we have a crease in the front of our card that looks like that. And in your card kit, I should have scored those. I hope I did, but when we make mistakes, we'll see what happens. If not, you could do it just like that. Then you have 2 pieces of designer series paper, and if you notice, they line up perfect like that. We're going to go ahead, and I'm going to use liquid glue because there's a very, very small border with these pieces of designer series paper. And so with little borders, I like to use my liquid glue, and that way I can slide my cardstock into place. So a little bit of liquid glue here. I'm going to lay that on this side. Lay that down, and then do the same thing to this one. And see how you can kind of, with the liquid glue, you can kind of slide it around and get it so those borders look really nice, and it looks just like that. Okay, now on the inside of your card, if you wanted to stamp something, now would be the time to stamp it. I'm going to leave mine plain because I am going to go ahead and use the fussy cut words for the front of my card. So I'm going to go ahead and take, this is a piece of white cardstock. Now this one too has a very little border. This is the inside. It's the biggest piece of white cardstock in your kit, but I'm going to go ahead and just glue this down to the inside of my card. Slide it around, make sure my borders are all even. It looks like that. Okay, so let's use some other pieces. The long strip of white we're going to stamp on later. There's 2 pieces, no, I beg your pardon, there's 4 pieces that are cut into these shapes, and just so you know, I use the stitched Nissel dies to cut these out. I use the second to largest and third to largest for these 2 pieces. I use the second to smallest for both of these. And this one, I'm going to just take the little designer series paper one and glue it right on top of this one. This way it has a little bit more stability, and yet it's still really cute. Because this is going to be our stopper of our card. On the back of there, I'm going to place some dimensionals. I'm not going to be chintzy. I'm going to go ahead and place 3 of them. Because like I said, it needs some stability. This is what's going to stop that easel part of our card. Okay, so on the inside, I'm going to figure out about where I want my stopper, hold it there, and then I'm going to place it here, making sure that there's a nice even border here. Just like that. So now we know that, look, when they open their card and then they open it up, it looks like that. Okay, let's do some stamping now. I'm going to set all these pieces aside, set my glue aside. Okay, so we're going to stamp on this piece here. Where did my stamp set go? Here it is. Using the ice cream bundle, let me mount up. I'm going to mount on a clear block my ice cream scoop, my solid ice cream cone. Oops, I think that block's a little too small. Let's get a little bit bigger one. And then that little crisscross, that is the base of the cone. And since we're going to put that happy birthday, I'm going to go ahead and mount the happy birthday so I can emboss it on my, on this piece. Because this piece in your card kit, you noticed I haven't used. This is in case you want to do your birthday this way. Can't get my fingers there, now they're sticky. Like this, you can stamp on this piece. I'm not going to use that piece. I'm going to go ahead and emboss with the white embossing powder onto that one. But first, we need our pierce mat. Here it is, so we get a nice image. I'm going to lay this down with my cardstock on there. And I think I'm going to start with some soft suede ink here. I need a little piece of scratch paper. Oh, here's a smaller one. I'm going to use this one because I'm going to stamp off just a little bit. So I'm going to ink up my stamp. Let me bring in my punch. That helps. It's going to punch like this. So now I know I want my stamp. I'm going to stamp this off. I want a little bit lighter to be about like this on my cardstock, and then that way it's going to be easier to punch out when it's time. And then I'm going to just ink this up. I'm not going to stamp off on my little crisscrosses. I'm going to stamp those full strength, and then let's go ahead and punch those out. So there, now we have our ice cream cone. Let's work on our ice cream scoops. And I'm just going to bink, bink, bink. Oh, let me get this put away. We don't need that anymore. And I'm going to stamp in the Daffodil Delight. I'm going to stamp an ice cream cone or ice cream scoop right there. And then this is where we need to clean our stamp. I'm going to clean, let me put this away so I don't get anything. There we go. Yikes, squeaky clean. Ooh, you know what else I need to mount that I forgot with the stamp set? We need those little sprinkles on there. So I am, although I think that they don't look like sprinkles on an ice cream cone, I think they look like ice crystals. So that's what I'm going to stamp on there with that Daffodil Delight. And then just go ahead and stamp little sprinkles. And then let me clean this stamp. And did I clean this one? I think I did clean that again, but oh well, better safe than sorry. And then I'm going to test it on my scratch paper, make sure that those both came clean. I did start with my lightest color first, just in case, so that way I don't get ink on my ink pad where I don't want it. Then we'll come in with the Calypso Coral, do the same thing. I'm going to stamp my ice cream scoop right there. Stamp a little bit of ice crystals on there too. Looks like that. And then we're going to do the same thing after, of course, we clean our stamps. And do it in Pool Party. Let's test and make sure they're nice and clean. Yay, they are. And bring in my ice cream again. and my crystals. And then just so I don't forget, before the next card, I'm going to go ahead and clean my stamps again. Okay, then with our punch again, here it is. I'm going to go ahead and punch out. Well, where did my paper snips go? Because it's too long here at the end. I'm going to have to trim this down. Punch out one ice cream scoop. Okay, so next time stamp your scoops this way and you don't have to cut your paper, but it's not really a big deal. Another one. Cut that one off. And then our last one. There we go. Okay, so now we have our ice cream cone. Let's go ahead and stamp on this one too. I'm going to bring my pad back in, my Versamark, except now my Versamark has escaped. Oh, here it is. I put it up here. Okay. My Versamark. Look how loved my Versamark is. Poor thing's not clean at all. But with that white embossing powder to cover everything up and be just fine. Stamp him right down here, right in the middle. Oh, and hang on, let me grab my bucket of white. Sorry about that. I keep my white powder in a bucket like this, and I grabbed a little jar and not the bucket. We'll flick off those extras. Maybe if you need to, bring in a little paintbrush. Get rid of all those extra specks. Really, we're going to cut it out so we won't see those anyway, so I'm not going to worry about it. And then with your heat tool, hang on, it's going to get a little bit loud. I'm going to let it warm up a little bit. And then I'm going to just, more or less, I'm going to melt those little pieces of embossed powder back onto my card. So there we go. We'll set that aside to cool a little bit, and let's make our ice cream cone. So I'm going to use liquid glue, and just a little bit of liquid glue on the top of my cone here. And then I guess my first scoop is going to be Pool Party. And then a little bit of glue on the back of my next scoop. And lay that one there. Let's see, how big do I want him? Maybe a little bit smaller. There we go. And then the last scoop on there. Like so. And then I'm going to just take some dimensionals on the back of my ice cream here. And place that right here on the front. And now this is the smaller of the two. I'm going to put this on the front of the smaller of the two die cuts. On the larger die cut with that ribbon, I'm going to just take and tie a simple knot. Around the larger one. ribbon scissors and trim that down. Now I'm going to take and move my knot all the way as far as I can to the left. You notice I had to look at my ring to tell you which was my left and my right. I have ever since kindergarten, remember them trying to tell me put my right hand on my heart. I couldn't figure it out. I never could get my left and right figured out. But anyway, so I'm going to move it all the way further this side. Like that. Let's bring back in our card base. And then these two circles here, which are in your card kit, these are just the Blackberry Bliss punched out with a 1.5 inch circle punch. We're going to fold those in half. And if they're not perfect, that's okay. We just want them close. I'm going to get my bone folder here though and make sure they have a nice crease in half here. This one too. And then I'm going to take and put a little bit of liquid glue on one side. I guess it really doesn't matter which side of our circle, but just on half of the circle. And I'm going to lay this right along this fold line right here. And I decide I want it about there. So when you fold it, right, it's even Steven this way with the card. Can you see how it's even with the fold? And then I'm going to do the same thing, whoops, with this one here on the other side. So now when we fold the card, you can't see that circle on the other side. They're both flush here. And when you open it, it looks like you have a plain circle right there. Now I have a little bit of glue here, so if you'll excuse me, let me get my glue off my paper. I don't think it's going to hurt anything because first of all, you're not going to see it, and second of all, it's not very sticky. But just to be on the safe side, I'm going to take that there. Then let's get a couple more dimensionals on the back of this, and I'm going to use 4. And I'm going to take this and place it right next to that ribbon there. Push my ribbon as far as I can get it so it lays down, and you can see all those stitchings. Looks like that. Let's trim those ribbons. I think I want them just a little bit shorter. There we go. And then, so now I'm going to take and I'm going to coat these two here with glue. See how I have the glue there on there? Now I'm going to take this piece and center it, and I can move it around a little bit after I get it on there. But I'm going to glue this directly down, getting it centered, matching up my points with my score line, making sure it looks good, and I'm going to just hold it there for just a few minutes. Not even a few minutes. I should say a few seconds. It won't be that long. But now, look how cute that pop-up element is there. Maybe with my bone folder, I'll make sure it's varnished on there, stuck on there really well. But there you go. So there's your card, and then you open it up, and you have the easel front card just like that. Okay, so now I would take this with a take this with my paper snips, and I would then fussy cut out my greeting. But since I already have one cut out and we don't feel like waiting for you to watch me do that, I'm going to just take these, and I'm going to just take a little bit of liquid glue and glue these to the front. Stay there. I need to be patient. Hold it down for just a second. And look how cute that little front easel card is. Now I've seen these all over the Facebook, Pinterest, YouTube, so I have no idea who to give credit. I will give Bonnie. Bonnie is a downline of mine, and she showed us this idea, with a swap, and that's what started it all. So thank you, Bonnie. Her card is beautiful. I wished I had it here. Check my YouTube and you'll see my swaps later this month, and I'll show you there. But there's our first card for club. It looks just like that. I hope you like that, and I hope that was fun. So let's go ahead now and make the next card. It looks like this. Here's our packet. Whoop. So while I'm on it, I might as well tell you a couple things. I hope first of all you stick around to the end of the video, and I'll show you the cards that we made in January using the same bundle, and tell you how you can get that kit too. And if you're part of my downline and you want to come to club, you're always more than welcome. We'll do a Zoom meeting on February 21st, and everybody who buys the kit or earns the kit with your sales is welcome to come. All you have to do is let me know so I can send you the Zoom information. But let's go on with this kit. Okay, so this is all the pieces. Look at, I think there's 10 pieces to this one, maybe more. I think when I counted and put them together. But the first piece I want to talk about is this little die cut right here. Now it's time for a commercial. This little die cut is from a new die cut bundle that looks like this. So you know, in the mini catalog, there's the stamp set that's called Hey Chick. Let me see if I can find it. No, it's Hey Birthday Chick. It's on page 52. It looks like this. Look how cute all those little chickens are. Well, now Stampin' Up! Has come out with dies that coordinate with that stamp set, and it's called the Birthday Chick dies. It looks like this. And then Stampin' Up! Also, if you're around in 2017, you remember this stamp set from Sale-a-bration? Stampin' Up! Has brought it back, and they have also included dies for that bundle. But look at all those cute little dies. It's not only the dies that cut out the chicken. There's the chicken wire, the corn, the chicken coop, a little sign, a picket fence, and one more of the dies that's in this set is that little happy birthday. So that's where I got the little happy birthday, was from the chicken. Well, Hey Chick birthdays, and I'll put a link down below so you could click on that, and Stampin' Up! You can see firsthand what the chicks and all of that is all about. If you're on YouTube, if you're watching on Facebook, sorry, I don't know how to put those links. You need to go to my YouTube, and that's where I'll put the link on. But let's look at some other pieces in our kit. So we have our card base. This is terracotta tile, and I'm going to just fold. Oh, this one is scored, yay. So I have a piece that is just 4 1/4 by 11. I've scored it at 5 1/2 and 2 3/4. Now again, if you want those measurements, like I said, all you have to do is go to Be Creative with Kathy, and all those measurements will be on your on my blog. Also, if you buy the card kit, now this is last month's, you'll get a printout like this, and on the back has the pictures of the cards and all the measurements of the cardstock that's in the kit. Forgot to mention that earlier. Okay, so let's keep going. Then there's a black piece like this. This one, and I don't remember the score measurements. I want to say it's scored at 5 1/2 and 2 1/2. No, 5. Nope, I'm not going to say because I don't remember what the score lines are. You'll have to go to my blog to see, or buy the kit, and then you'll get the printout. And so you know my blog, I don't quite have it up yet. You'll have to give me about a half hour after my video finishes here, and then I'll have the measurements on there. But if you noticed on these pieces, this white piece is going to fit right here, and then there's 2 white pieces that are the same that are going to fit right there. So let's do some stamping next. Oh, and then you'll get this white piece, sorry, that this is what we use for stamping our ice cream cone, and then for our little inside, what I call kidnapper, fussy cutting, we'll have to stamp on those 2 pieces too. So we're going to stamp on these 2 and 1 of these insides. Try to move everything out of the way. Let's start first with the words that say with sprinkles on top. I have to see if I have enough blocks here. Maybe I didn't bring enough blocks. This one here, and then I'm going to take that happy birthday off and put that long one here on this block. So I do have enough blocks with me right here. Okay, so just with the black Memento ink, I'm going to ink up, and you know what, look, it's crooked. Where did my scrap piece of paper go? I'm going to just use this down here. If I lay it this way, yikes, like this, and then put it on there, now it's not crooked. Okay, so we're going to just stamp that on the pool party piece here. Let's see if I have this one. No, this one's not straight either. There. Now it'll be straight. And now it probably doesn't matter because we're going to cut it out anyway, but I guess I like mine straight. And I'm going to stamp that down, and I even stamped it upside down, but it doesn't matter. But there we go. So I'll set that aside. We're going to cut that out later. And then I'm going to start again with my ice cream cone the same way I did it before. Bring in my Pierce mat and my soft suede ink, my ice cream cone base, and now oh, here's my scratch paper right here. Then my scratch paper, I want to stamp that off and then stamp it again where it's going to be easy to punch out. Put those crisscross at the bottom, just like that. And then punch that out. Oh heck, and remind me at the end of the video that I have some of those, I made a couple cards with those little chicken stamp sets, and I'll show you those cards when I show you last month's class. So this time I'm going to put my paper this way and stamp my ice cream cones the right way. Once again, I'm going to use that Daffodil Delight and stamp in there. Am I in the camera? No, I'm almost out of the camera. Let's move up a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. And then let's clean that stamp. And then I'm going to stamp with Pool Party. Stamp that there. Clean the stamp. And then we'll go to Calypso Coral. Stamp that down there. Okay, then bring in that the inside piece, and I need, just in case, because I'm going to stamp off a little bit. But then with those sprinkles again, I'm going to start with Pool Party, and I'm going to just cover, or I should say I'm going to just random stamp the little sprinkles on this whole sheet of white. And then here on my little ice cream, I'll put some sprinkles there too, or as I like to call it, ice crystals, because I don't know if there's sprinkles on ice cream. I am very realistic. You can't have like sprinkles where they don't belong, I guess. I need to just ease up on the sprinkles there. But then on my yellow, I'm going to stamp a little bit more, and then I'm going to cover or hit some of the places that are missing here. Fill in the blanks. That's what I'm going to do with this yellow, and I'm going to put quite a bit of yellow on there just because I think it's happy. There we go. Clean my stamp. I think we're all done with the yellow ink now. Now we're going to do the Calypso Coral, and this one I'm going to just fill in now a few places that might need. I don't want a lot of Calypso Coral on there. There, I think that looks good. And then the ice crystals on my ice cream cone. Okay, now I think we're all done stamping. Let me double check here. Yep, we got all of our stamping done. I'm going to put all that away and I'll clean those stamps. And now usually with photopolymer stamps, when I have a bunch of them dirty like that, I just go run them under some clear water like in the sink and clean them that way. If you're not into cleaning your stamps at your table, if you tend to, like me, I wait until I have a bunch of them dirty and then I decide, yikes, I need to clean my stamps. Okay, where's my punch? Let's go ahead and punch my ice cream here. One, and see, this way is so much faster. Make sure you stamp your ice cream cones long ways up and down like this, and then boom, you just have them all right like that, easy to punch out. Okay, so there's our ice cream scoops. There's our ice cream cone. There's our centerpiece. I'm going to grab a piece of paper, or pair of paper snips. Let me put this up here so I don't lose it either. And I'm going to just cut along the bottom all the way across of these words. And the top of these. And then I'm going to just cut them apart. Okay, then getting really close, I'm going to cut out my Hope It's Sweet. I forgot, this needs to be in one long piece. Unless you want to cut it the other way, it doesn't have to do what I do. It's your card. If you like them cut apart, then by all means cut them apart. I'm going to be lazy and make it one piece just like that. These little pieces I want to cut apart. Hang on to these without cutting your fingers is almost impossible, but we can do it. We have sprinkles. So I guess now I'm going to use an adhesive that I didn't mention in the beginning, and that is glue dots. I'm going to use mini glue dots to adhere those little pieces onto there, but not yet. I need to put my designer series paper on there first. So I'm going to bring in my Stampin' Seal. And now if you notice, or if it's important to you, when I cut your designer series paper, nope, it goes this way, I made it sure that it's all one piece like this. So if you want it to look like one piece going all the way down your card, you need to start with this piece at the bottom here. So just a little bit of adhesive here. And then I am going to put just a little bit up here to make sure I get some at the top. But I'm going to place this piece here in the corner. And you know what? Let me see if I can make it darker so I can see where they go together. There we go. It's easier on the dark paper than white on white to see what I'm doing. And I'm going to lay that right there at the edge. And then here at the top, I'm just going to trim that designer series paper off, and now we have a piece that looks like that. Now this one is going to be our next piece, and if we want it to keep going like this, I'm going to put this piece at the top here. And then, like I said, I like to put a little bit down here so I know it has adhesive all the way. And then once again, find that black piece so I can lay it down. Whoops, then I sent everything a-flying. Looks like that. And then trim that off. And now we have the second piece. And then the last piece, we're going to just take that a little bit down here so it sticks down here. Hey, now I can finally see the white on white. There we go. And then just trim that. And now I have all my pieces ready to place onto my card base. So let's go ahead and do that with some more seal. This one, oh, time out. No, we're good. It's like I have to tie a ribbon around there, but I need to adhere it down first. So I'm going to put this one right up here at the top. And then my confettied one is going to go in the middle, like this. And then the bottom is this last one with no stamping on it. Oop, almost looks like that. There we go. So let's go ahead and I'm going to bring in the glue dots. This is an adhesive in the very beginning I forgot to tell you that you will need. Oh, look, I didn't cut my on top apart. Let me cut that real quick. Okay, so I'm going to start with my width, because it says with sprinkles on top. Now, if it's too wide, you just need to kind of slide that glue dot so it fits underneath your piece of paper here. And I'm going to use my take a pick tool to pluck it off of there and just set it where I want it. I think it's easier to see. Width. And then the sprinkles, I'm going to put a glue dot on this end, slide it again a little bit to make sure that that glue dot is under the paper and not sticking out. And then slide it again. And then I think it's easier to see when you put it on your card. I'm going to kind of tilt it this way so it gives it some character. There we go, with sprinkles, and then I just need that little tiny little piece of paper. Whoop, get it on the glue dot. There you go, slide that glue dot so it's underneath it. And then just a little bit. Oops, I almost put no. Make sure it's not upside down with sprinkles on. And then last but not least, then we have our little top right here. Okay, and then a couple more glue dots. Nope, and then this piece here, for some reason, I'm going to just put it flat. I'm going to just take, and I guess you could, if you didn't have the glue dots, you could take the liquid glue onto these too. I just wanted to give them a little bit of dimension and character. Put that like that. And there we go. Okay, so now we're going to put this piece on here, and I want to make sure this is going to get tugged on quite a bit. I want to make sure this is stuck on really well, so I'm going to use liquid glue. This is also where you could use the tear and tape, and now you saw that it's only on the top part of this card. So what I like to do is I like to do a little bit up here with my liquid glue, right, making sure I didn't go down too far, and then I always add a little bit down here because I know there's going to be cardstock to cover that, and then I have it stuck at the right places. And I'm going to fold my card up and kind of tuck it under here, and now get it so it's centered on my card base and looks like that. Make sure that's stuck down really well, because like we said, we're going to pull on it a lot. Then when I have that side stuck down, I'm going to open my card this way. This whole thing is going to get stuck down, so I'm going to cover the whole thing with liquid glue, and then just lay my card closed like that. Whoop, go away. So then your card looks like that. Now I need to take some bone folder to some of this, and as the more you open it and the more you close it, the more it's going to lay flatter, the card. I don't think it's ever going to lay flat, but it'll get flatter than it is now. Then with that black ribbon, we're going to just take it through this hole here and tie a simple knot. Let me show you too, I like to have, so see on my knot, I hope I got this the right way, I might have to untie it and show you again. I have the top part is to the right of my knot, and the bottom part here is to the left of my knot. Then I take my ring finger here and I hold the ribbon down, and then I can use my first two fingers to tie the simple knot the second time, and then I hold my left side here, my right side here, and I pull only with the left. There we go. See, my left and right's never going to be right. But anyway, and then when you pull it with just the one side, it kind of turns your ribbon and does a really pretty knot like that. So that's the tip, I think, to tying knots, is you pull on one side and not on both sides. Let me go ahead and trim now my ribbon. I think it's a little bit long, so I think it looks good just like that. And then let's put our ice cream together just like we did before. I'm going to take a little bit of adhesive on my cone, and I think I do want my yellow in the center. Ask me why. No idea why I want the yellow in the center, but I think maybe because I think the black happy birthday looks really good on that bright yellow. Okay, and then a little bit of, whoop, and there was my Stampin' down there on my ice cream cone here, and I have my all set. Then I'm going to go ahead and put dimensionals on the back of my ice cream. And I'm going to lay this right over my ribbon, and that will help hold my ribbon into place like that. And then just a little bit of liquid glue. I should probably get a sponge and pounce on there, but I'm not going to be even that picky. I'm going to just put a little bit of liquid glue there on my happy birthday. And then look, I still didn't put my yellow one in the center. Duh, come on, Kathy, you're slacking. Anyway, so there's the front of my card, just like that. Well, no, and then I guess our card is all done. We've already done all the other pieces. I was thinking we still had to glue the kidnapper's happy, or the sprinkle on top, but look at, there you go. So there's that card too. So this is this month's cards. Look like this. Like I said, to get this card kit, all you have to do is place a $35 order using this host code here. The UC772 blah blah blah, right? And then I will send you that card packet. Now, as I promised, I'll show you the cards that we made last month, and this card too. I almost forgot this one too, and this card too. You'll get those 3 cards. And then last month's card, which I have right here, somewhere. Oh, here they are. There. We made cards that look like this. We have the simple popsicle card, and we have a cute little shaker ice cream card. And then the third card that I included in the kit last month looked like this. And I couldn't decide what colors, so I just made one of a bunch of different colors. So this would be the card that I make for you, or the third card in your kit. And this is the 2 cards that would you make. Now, if this month you want to make this month's kits and these kits, so you want to make all 4 kits, all you have to do is place a $50 order using this host code, and I'll send you the 2 months worth of kits, plus the 2 card kits, or the 2 cards that I make for you. So I hope that's understandable. If it's not, all you have to do is reach out. You can contact me through email. You can contact me through my blog, and leave a comment on YouTube, whatever. And down below, I'll have a bunch of links. If watching on YouTube, I'll have all the links below that attach to the specials and stuff. The last thing I promised I would do is share the little cards that I made using that chick. Now, I haven't had a lot of time to play with it, but I thought this card, and now I can't remember the demonstrator's name, she made this black back in 2017 when it was a celebration, the chicken was. But look how cute that card is. And then this card uses a couple of those die sets. It's got the little chicken wire here, and then the little chicks from both sets. This is also another one of the dies. See how it looks down here? The ground looks like this. Those are actually little paper cuts into the paper that makes it look like the ground. I thought that was really cute. But there you go. That's a lot. I know I went on and on. Thank you for watching all the way to the end. I hope you'll take advantage of my card class, and you'll buy enough to get the kit. If you have any questions, like I said, don't hesitate to reach out, and I'll be back Monday with another card for you. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.